All right, you guys. I am very frustrated, and I just feel like at this point I'm only doing these reviews simply because I've done it since day one and never missed anything, and just pretty much out of habit rather than me liking it. You guys know I love pro wrestling a lot, and one of the reasons why I do reviews on wrestling at all is because I want to share my joy about it. And I'm at the point where it's just like I don't find anything to enjoy when it comes to Ring of Honor. And it has nothing to do with the wrestlers. This is purely them being booked in this weird way where it's just like there's never a payoff with Ring of Honor, where it's just like, where is things going? He bought the company, people thought that he was gonna do something with it. And I was just like, you know what, give it a year. Don't even give it a couple of months. It's literally gonna take a lot more to really get Ring of Honor where it should be. It's been over a year now, and I'm at the point where it's just like it feels like a fucking waste of time to watch this thing. Now, some of the matches are not really worth watching because a lot of it is squash matches. A lot of it is them bringing local talent just to use in like 2 minute matches. And sometimes they do give really great matches because they're allowed to do something. But I don't want to sit here and pay to see matches for 2 minutes or less than 2 minutes. It does not make sense to me at all. You know, how do you build somebody up by having them have 2 minute matches? Does not make sense. Another thing too is that these storylines, there's a big lack of storylines, and the stories that they actually have, they lead nowhere. And then when there's no stories and you just get matches with people, especially the women's division now, they just keep getting in the ring. They put them in multi-man matches or they put them in one-on-one matches to do nothing. It goes nowhere. Billy Starks won that TV title because Tony Khan did not want to take the women's title off of Athena. So now what does he does? He comes up with something and say, let me just give Billy Starks something or whatever. So makes this tournament thing. She beats people that she had no business beating at all. None of that shit was believable. But I knew it since the second he announced this title that Billy Starks was going to win. He does this thing where he does tournaments, and exactly who you know is going to win from the second you hear about it, they always win because this is just something that Tony Khan is doing for them. So now Athena, who, yes, she worked really, really hard last year. She has the women's title. There's no feud. There's no nothing with it. Billy Starks, women's TV title, no feud, no nothing. But these women keep coming in the ring to fight for fucking nothing. And it's so annoying to see that it goes nowhere. We have the men's who, pure title, Willie Yuta been injured since January. Tony Khan, what's going on with that? You know, I hope he's all right, but there's nothing for him to fight for the pure title. The 6-man tag titles is just walking around all over on AEW. Nothing for people in Ring of Honor to fight for because those titles are elsewhere. The tag titles, the Undisputed Kingdom got them, and they're like in and out when it comes to Ring of Honor. Mark Briscoe finally won the world title, and he's not even on the fucking show either. And it's just like, well, what's the point? People just keep coming in the ring to fight for what? Fucking air? It's just absolutely ridiculous. Last week, 40 minutes. This week, 50 minutes. People not going to want to pay to sit down for a few minutes in front of the TV and to watch a product that goes nowhere. It wasn't Universal Studios where they had a smaller crowd, and at least it looked like people give a damn with them being over there in Universal Studios. Now Tony Khan looks and said, okay, we got Collision. Let's take Ring of Honor with Collision so we can tape the show either before or after, so we can have that bigger venue look. Now you have Ring of Honor being taped in front of a bigger venue with no fucking body sitting there watching because people are leaving. People don't care. People are not invested in it. Why? Because I don't think Tony Khan himself is as invested. It feels like an afterthought show where it's just like, all right, we got some wrestlers. We don't really want to put them on the main shows for AEW. Let's put them on Ring of Honor, give them something to do. And it's not enough. It is so fucking frustrating where it's just like, why am I watching this shit? I don't even know at this point. Now, just to give y'all a little bit of a rundown on what happened tonight, like I even give a damn. We do have the ladies in 6-man tag action. Ty Valkyrie, Diamante, Mercedes Martinez, who I haven't seen for a long time. It's good to see you, girl. Versus Layla Hirsch, Lady Frost and Abaddon. And this match was okay. It was great to see all these ladies. We haven't seen everybody who's been in this match for a while. And it was okay to see them, not all that, because at the end of the day, it's just like you got two women's titles, and all y'all keep doing is putting these ladies in multi-men matches because literally nothing to fight for because you don't want to take the titles off of Billy or Athena. Doesn't really make sense to me. Surprise, surprise, though, the heel team ended up winning. So Taya team, along with Diamante and Mercedes, end up winning the match. It's really great to see these ladies at least do something, but it's not enough. We also do have Anthony Ogogo versus Zicky Dice. Now, this was interesting because we have not seen Anthony in the ring since, Lord have mercy, I don't even know what year it was. And he's part of Shane Taylor Promotions now. He's been rolling with them. If you've been seeing them together on, I don't know, AEW, like Dynamite Collision, whatever situation is, but he hasn't had a match yet. This is his first match. I don't want to sound like fat shaming or whatever. He's not fat. But when he came out and I'm looking at it, I'm just like, oh, I thought you were in better shape than what you actually look like. I don't know what it is. I wasn't expecting that. He didn't look to be in the best shape to me. But he has a match with Zicky Dice. If y'all know Zicky Dice, he's a really, really great wrestler. Didn't really have a chance to do anything in this match. This was all about making Anthony Ogogo look great. In my opinion, you can't look too great in 2 minutes. But that punch that he gave Zicky to take the win with a TKO, that shit was devastating. I was just like, oh, you know what, Orange Cassidy? This is how you throw a punch. Like that. Take some notes. After this, he does a promo. And I think he sounded okay. I wasn't thoroughly convinced about him being part of Shane Taylor Promotions and what that's going to do. I think once we start seeing them collectively as a group, maybe like as a trios doing something, I think is when things might change, at least for me, in terms of how legit this group can be. But I'm giving it some time to see what's going to happen. I do feel like they're going to want to push Anthony Ogogo to be a key player moving forward when it comes to the All In pay-per-view, since he's from the UK. So we'll see where that goes. I'm not really sure, but it's great to see him in the ring, even though it was for a couple of seconds. Now, after this, we do have Rachel Ellering, who's doing a promo. Y'all know me. I always say Rachel is boring as hell, and I really do feel like she is. But she's all right in the ring. Now, she cuts a promo about how, she's been missing in action from a while since she's gotten, I think, what was it, an arm injury, shoulder, something like that. And now, she's been taking L's and she's looking to do whatever it is that she can do so she could be at the top. And she says she's desperate. Her words, not mine. So then here comes Maria Kanellis. She comes out and she said, bitch, if you would have taken my advice and you would have had me as your manager, you wouldn't be such a loser. And that might be true. Now, Rachel is just like, well, you know what? This is not what I wanted to do. I didn't really want to be at your side. I don't know, whatever the hell she was talking about. She just didn't want to be with Maria. And that's understandable. And Maria says, women's wrestling is not worth the watch. And then she says, you not even worth the watch. Now, I was just like, whoa, Rachel, something about the comment about women's wrestling not worth the watch kind of struck a nerve with me because nobody seems to really care about women's wrestling nowadays. It's all about what so-and-so was wearing. If you guys are watching on social media, they're talking about women are dressing too sexy and shouldn't dress too sexy if they don't want men to catcall them and all this shit. And last night when we had Mariah May and Harley and how the commentators didn't even bother to fucking watch the match, they talked about everything other than women's wrestling. That comment kind of felt like it came out at the wrong time. But whatever. Rachel Ellering stormed out running and crying, the damsel in distress. So she feeling some type of way. Her feelings is hurt. Now, here we are. We have Kiera Hogan versus Ashley D'Amboise, and we haven't seen Ashley and Ring of Honor for quite some time. Ashley is a really great wrestler. You see Ashley almost damn near everywhere, and she came back to Ring of Honor, had a match with Kiera, and it was okay. Nothing out of the ordinary here. This is the only women's match where it was a singles match. But guess what? Kiera wins this match, and nothing fucking happens. This is what I kept saying, that no matter what they do, There is no payoff. There is no title shot. There is no moving up the ladder. They just have matches just to have matches. And it's hard to really enjoy when they do things like this. Obviously, Kiara takes the win, and really, I'm bored. Now after this, we do have Nick Camarado, who's doing a promo, he's joined the group. Well, this thing with Jacoby Watts, who is giving 80s preacher wrestling vibes, which I actually like. I think it's really kind of cool. And he's joined him, and I guess they're starting maybe some kind of cult or something. I don't know. The whole thing just started, and I'm interested to see where that goes. It's interesting, but are they going to keep up with this story? Because so many times where it's just like, oh, there's something there with what they're doing. They just rip it right off your fucking feet. And it's just like, you get nothing. So we'll see what happens, because that actually does look interesting with this whole little religious cult little group thing. I think it's cool. We have the Righteous, Lance Archer, versus God knows whoever the hell they were in the ring with. Did it really matter? Because that match was over in like 2.5. No. Let me not say 2. Like a minute and a half, if that, it was over. They didn't even get a chance to hear these poor men name. The match was over really, really quickly. Nothing I can say about it, because, and what can you do in 1 minute that people are going to want to talk about? Next, Billy Starks versus Dream Girl Ellie. Billy did some things here that was just like, oh, okay, all right, you're improving, but it's not enough. There were some hiccups here, but this was a proving grounds match. Dream Girl Ellie will have to win either by pinning, submitting, or just lasting the 10 minutes, and obviously she didn't. It was all right, not good enough. When this is, hey, Billy Starks had the title, we're just going to put her on the show so y'all can remember that, we have somebody here with this title. It's not good enough. Now after this, the Premier Athletes, they are just, whew, they look amazing, absolutely amazing. We have Mark Sterling, who's doing all the talking for them, and he's looking for gold for them. They want some titles. And I'm looking at these guys, and I'm just like, there's no reason why they shouldn't have titles. They are in amazing shape. The last time we saw them in the ring, it was really, really great. And to me, I'm looking at this, and I'm just like, 6-man tag titles are being held hostage by the Bang Bang Gang. What's the other one? The tag titles, the Undisputed Kingdom got it. And I don't see them losing those titles, at least until Roderick Strong loses his title, which may be at a Double or Nothing pay-per-view, since he's going against Will Ospreay. I don't see Roderick retaining really with that match, but we'll see what happens at the pay-per-view. So he wants these guys to have titles. The Pure title is another good title for Josh Woods to have, because he's a technical wrestler. He's a fucking technical beast, okay? So he could have that too, but instead, Wheeler Yuta at home with a title probably on his dresser or something like that, instead of it being on the show. It would be really great to see. Main event, a useless ass main event that we've gotten so many times. Angelico Serpentico versus Griff Garrison and Cole Carter. Stop fucking giving us this match. Nobody gives a shit about this. Maria keeps walking around with Serpentico's mask. For what reason? I really don't even understand. I've never even understood why. It was more of like, okay, well, I got your stuff, come get it or whatever. And after a while, it's just like, okay, this is getting old. This has been going on for a really long time. No one gives a shit about you having Serpentico's mask. Serpentico got a million masks at home that he can go on and wear. So no one cares. The match, it was okay. For the most part, Angelico and Serpentico was really taking control. And we got a chance to see some good things from Cole and Griff, but not good enough. I'm not 100% sold on them as a tag team yet, but they have improved. They just need so much more improving. And I don't know. Angelico Serpentico, they win. And Maria's so frustrated. She gives the mask back. Like, she throws it in the ring. Serpentico takes the mask. And I'm just like, finally, this storyline is over because she gave the shit back. Boy, was I wrong. These motherfuckers, Cole and Griff, get in the ring and beat up on Angelico and Serpentico and take the mask back. I'm done. I'm so fucking done. There's so much potential with Ring of Honor. I sit there and watch it, and I think to myself, they should be doing this. They should be doing that. This would work. I would watch this if they did this. But they don't. And it just feels like an afterthought. And I'm at the point where, for me, I'm just like, while I'm still going to watch, I don't have to really put my time and effort in doing watch alongs or doing reviews or whatever because I'm just not happy with it almost at all. There are certain things where I'm just still holding on to, and I wish that, I wish the best for them, but I don't feel like Tony Khan is doing his absolute best with Ring of Honor. Maybe another year from now, we'll just be like, remember Ring of Honor? Remember when Tony Khan bought Ring of Honor? Yeah, that went nowhere. Guys, thanks so much for watching my review. I'm just glad to be able to let my frustrations out a little bit because I'm over it.